Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Team Take Profits. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. In today's Q&A session, we got Jay Wayne in the house with us again. Master trader, YouTube sensation, Jay Wayne. He is here, and we're going to talk about something that so many people want to know. What is the key to proper back testing? Okay, this is a vital thing when it comes to perfecting your craft. Now, anybody can go and look at a chart. Okay? And anybody can take a signal and just punch it in and punch it out. But when you really want to become a master trader, when you really want to become somebody who is influential or how do I say, fluent in the markets, okay, and can look at these charts and know what they're doing, that doesn't come just by looking at a chart one or two times. That comes by practice. That comes by getting on here and knowing what these charts are going to do, okay? And how do you do that? You back test, you back test. So I want to talk about back testing today. We got Jay Wayne's going to talk about it. Let's get to these charts. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can know every time we drop a Q&A session. And let's get your questions answered. I'll see you on the charts. Let's go.
So actually kind of leading right out of that and into the next question, Jay, how do you back test properly? What is your advice for somebody who wants to learn how to back test properly?
Yes, sir. So back testing. Okay. So the first thing you need to think about is, what am I back testing? What are you back testing? So basically that's comes down to what strategy are you using? You know, are you just a beginner and you still don't know your support and resistance? Then you need to be back testing that. And I'm going to show you in a second. Are you to the point where you know all of that basic stuff, but you know, you kind of been struggling with your trend lines? Then you want to back test that. If you got a strategy that's going to catch you 10 or 20 pips a day and you're trying to see how the moving averages flow and you're waiting for certain stochastic moves, you need to be back testing that. So let's go to the charts and look and see how to put that in motion.
So as a part two to that question, because you're already kind of getting into it, as a part two to that, when you're talking about how to back test that properly, Jay, can you also talk about in your view, how do you tell if a style or a strategy, indicator, etc., is good, or do you scrap it? Like how do you make that decision for your trading plan?
Okay, yep. So let's see, what strategy do I want to pull out the hat today? Let's go with this one here. Let's go with this one. And boom. That should be good. All right, so I got a couple strategies under my belt now. When I was first starting, I only focused on one. I think that's very important to mention, is that whenever you're focusing on a strategy, if you don't have just one, and if you're trying to just focus on, if you're trying to learn 5 different strategies, it's going to be a cycle that's going to happen. You're going to win, and then lose a lot, and then you're going to say that strategy doesn't work. Let me scrap it. Let me go back on YouTube and find another strategy. You're going to try that one, win, then lose a lot, and then you're going to scrap that, and then it's just a never-ending cycle. And the reason why is because you never gave that one strategy time. Okay? So before I go into these strategies, I must say, and I always say it, you have to know the basics of Forex before you try to pile on these strategies. Because every strategy is going to rely or break down, and you have to rely on structure. You have to rely on price action, the basics of Forex.
Yes.
All right? So you have to know how to react when these because let me show you this one right here, back test. All right, so this strategy right here, I'm waiting for the yellow line to cross below the blue line. What is it? I'm waiting for the 5 to cross below the 15. Okay, but I'm also waiting for the dot to flip as well. This dot, okay, and I'm also looking at it on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so you go down to that. Okay, this is another thing that I did not understand when I first started back testing, is that time is important, the time of day. You see, I used to just back test whatever I see it happening. Whenever I see it happen, oh, there's a cross here. But do I really trade during this time of the day? You see? See how that's important? So you shouldn't even backtest a time of the day that you normally don't even trade. You can do that after you know that your strategy works. Then you can see how it reacts to other parts of the day. But first, remember I said in the beginning, have a structured time and a structured in the same pairs that you trade. The same time session, London session, New York session, and the pairs. And be consistent with that for about 6 months. Okay? To a year. All right? Now, you want to figure out what time of the day is your London session. All right? For an example. So I'm going to say, okay, I like 3 o'clock. So boom, 3 o'clock right here. All right. So this is your time that you're focusing on your strategy. You're not focusing on this area here. You're not focusing on this area here. You're focusing on the time. All right. That makes sense. All right. So now that I say, okay, I'm going to give it about 2 hours before my session start. Never arrive right at your session. Never. It's like coming to work and you running in to the factory line, or you running in right as soon as it's time to punch. You ain't give your time no time to get yourself in the mood, the vibe, the mental state, nothing. You just running right into it. Well, if your session start at 3, show up at 1 to the market. Do your homework, do some back testing, researching what happened a couple hours ago, you know. All right. So I'm looking for the 5 to cross below the 15. Boom. I'm looking for the dot to flip. So I see it happen here. All right. So boom, it was profitable because when I waited for that dot to flip, and when I waited for it basically dropped when that happened. That's my strategy rules for this. That's the rules. Now you mix it in with the stochastic. The stochastic, the green line curled down. So if you figure out what your rules are, okay, your rules with your strategy that you're backtesting can't be, well, sometimes it can be below the 50. Sometimes it could be above the 50. It's either you're going to wait for the crossover to go below the 50 or above the 50, whichever one. It can't be iffy. Or you got to say, my rules are the stochastic has to be from the top. It can't be from the middle. It can't be from the middle. It has to be either from the top, the absolute top, or the absolute bottom, curling up or curling down. No, I'm not taking anything in the middle. I don't care if the crossover happening, the dots flip. If my stochastic is not in the middle, if it's not at the top or the bottom, I don't take it. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing you as an example. That's how you're going to backtest, with strict rules. Figure out what your rules are. Figure out what your strategy is. And Joe and me, we can help you figure out a good strategy for you. All right?
Absolutely.
So boom. All right. We see it. We got the time of the day. Check. We got the confirmations. Check. Crossed over. Boom. Beautiful. Now, and you write it in your notes. You say GA. The pip count was whatever it was. It came down this far. You put your stop. Oh yeah. Let me tell you. When you backtest, you want to backtest real, like almost like it's real. So you want to project where you're gonna go. You got to act like you don't see all of this. And there used to be a playback button on a 30-minute chart, but now you have to do it on a daily. So now what I do is I just cover it up. If you cheat yourself, I ain't gonna lie, I cheated in school a little bit. I cheated in a lot of things. But the number one thing that I did not cheat in was this Forex. That's the number one thing that I did not cheat in. I did not play myself. I wanted to learn this, and I didn't care if it took me two weeks to master one video, whatever it took. So this is what I do now. Since the replay doesn't work on the lower time frames, I just mask it out. And then I say, okay, where's my TP going to be? See, you don't know that anything happened here. So I'm going to go off of this. I'm going to say, okay, well, since I'm on a 30, 15-minute chart, I'm going to take profit here. And you want to put that line there. Don't cheat. Don't lie. Don't act like you caught more pips. You only took it there, right? And then stop loss, you want to have that there, wherever you're going to put it at. So if you get stopped out, you had a line there. Okay? Boom. Now you play out your strategy. You say, okay, it crossed. Okay, my stochastic curled down. Then go and inch it out. Okay, boom, boom. Am I gonna take profit? Am I gonna let it run? Oh, you know what? Let me move up my stop loss. They taught me to move up my stop loss. I'm in profit. Let me move up my stop loss. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out, right? But this is how you're going to back test. Boom. Oh, it hit my TP. Okay, boom. You take profit. Done. And you mark that. You say GA, 15, 30 pips. Write it in your book. You go back to the next day. Or you just whip it. You just whip it wherever it stopped. That's where you go. And if you want to do the edge, you can do the edge of the screen right here. You can say, okay, I see the stochastic curling down, but it's not crossed yet. So inch it out. Inch it out. I'm focusing on the right side of the edge right here. Inch it out. Inch it out. Okay. Boom. So now you didn't take that. Say you say, oh, I'm going to take the buy now. What do? You put your entry line. Where you going to enter at? Put it down there because you want to know for sure what you did. So let me go here. I got all my stuff marked up. Entry 1. Where you going to put your stop loss at? You'll put it below, right up in here somewhere, maybe down here, whatever you choose. Take profit. You're going to say, I'm going to catch it up here. I'm going to catch it for 15 pips. Now, for an example, go, boom. Oh, it didn't look good. Okay. Go. Consolidating. Boom, your stop loss got hit. And you write down, why did it get hit? You write down, what did you do wrong? What didn't you see? Because every strategy is going to have a pro and a con. You can't just figure out how to win in your strategy. You got to figure out how to avoid losing with your strategy. This is how you back test. So you got to play it back. Well, why did I lose? Well, because I had double tops. Maybe because it ran out of steam. The moving averages crossed back underneath. Maybe I should have closed the trade out then. You see all of these different things. You need to think about this stuff. When I lost the trade, I spent hours trying to figure out why I lost it. I didn't say, oh, that was a loss. Let me go back to my strategy. No, I wanted to figure everything out about it. So I hope that answered the question. That's how you're going to go through. You're not going to speed through your back testing. You're going to spend hours on your back testing because it's like you in the lab. You in the lab trying to figure out the next new thing or how to win and how to make this money. You in the lab back testing. Did I miss the other part of the question? Did I answer it?
No, you answered it, but if you just want to reiterate, like, so when you're looking at a strategy, and you're back testing strategies, indicators, whatever it is that you're doing, at what point do you say, like,
oh,
this is good, or nah, I'm scrapping this?
Right. Oh yeah. I knew I was missing something. So if, for an example, so you got to know your rules. So if your rules say, you can take it in the middle, but every time you take a crossover in the middle, you lose, then you say you either make an adjustment and say, I'm only going to take it at the top or the bottom. And then you test that. And if you still taking it at the top and the dot flipped and the lines crossed and it still went against you, it went against the first rules. And then when you changed the rules and altered it, it still went against that and you still lost. That strategy is trash. Now this is what you do. You got to know what to do. You got to reach out to your mentors and you got to say, hey, I need help. I think I'm on to something with the strategy. Can you help me perfect it? This is what I've been doing. I've been waiting for this and that to happen and this and that to cross over and that. But either way, it keep losing. Can you adjust it or do I need to just let it go? Because obviously you're not skillful enough to figure it out. Get another eyes on it. I got winning strategies. I still bounce it off my mentors. All right. And so that's when you're going to strap it. When you're going to keep it? Okay, this is a good question. Not if you win 5 times. You go back in time. You want to go back years. You want to go back months if you can. You want to have a whole sheet, a whole booklet of trades that you back tested. When they do science and when they do research, they have years worth of research. I'm not saying you have to have years worth of research for you to know if this is going to win or not. But you can't have 5 days worth. Five trades put in and you think it's a winning strategy because you want to test it in the summertime. So you want to go back and see, okay, how did this strategy react in the summer of 2017? Okay. Oh, it was good. How did this strategy react to the fall of 2018? Oh, how did it react towards the holiday time of 2017?
The holidays.
So the strategy didn't work as good because the market was consolidating. I need to figure out a different strategy for that time of the day. I mean, for the year. You see what I'm saying? But you won't know any of that unless you backtest.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Or you need to say, okay, if I'm on the 1 hour back testing my strategy and I'm looking for my usual 60, 70 pips, during this time of the year, maybe I need to do that same strategy on a lower time frame and capture less pips.
Right.
And you're only going to know that if you back testing during those times of the years.
Right.
Very important.
Right.
It's worth it.
That is so important what Jay's talking about right now. Guys, we're walking into December. We are walking into December. I want to say it one more time. We are walking into December.
Oh, we felt it. We felt it already. Me, Tyrone, Mike.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, guys, December is not easy trading, okay? December is hard trading. If you're new and let's say your strategy, like Jay just talked about, you got a few trades under your belt, you've been doing all right. Maybe you made a few profitable trades and some real money. Listen, go back to your demo for December and sure, make some money, do your smaller trades like he's talking about. But if you're trying something new in December, that better be in a demo account, okay? Because I'm telling you, December is no joke, fellas, ladies, and it is no joke. You better learn how to trade in December, or just let it go. Back test and work on building your team. Come back and I'll see you in January.
Yeah, I literally only traded maybe once or twice this whole week. That's it. I'm like, oh no, I ain't messing with this.
Yep, same here. I caught a beautiful gold trade the other day. I caught a nice little gold trade the other day, and then I caught one that Gold Cup called out. And I think that's the only thing I traded all week long.
Yep.
Yeah,
so it's a very good time to be doing the academy right now, this month.
This is a great time to be going through the academy, going through IML TV, and the big boys are still trading, guys. That's the thing. The IML TV guys, they know how to trade December. So right now, instead of you trying to learn on your own, you should be on IML TV learning from them. People that have already made the mistakes. You know what I mean? People that already took the bruises and the bumps, and go learn from them. Because that's what you're paying for, right? IML TV, IML Academy. That stuff is worth it, guys. Use it.
Let me say something about that, Joe, real quick. I know time is slipping away, but look. The number one thing that excelled me the fastest, I would say the top 3 things that made me learn really fast is that I put the time in. I'm talking about 4 hours a day. But I didn't just put the time in on just any little thing. I asked my mentor, what is the best things that's going to help me learn fast? And so it was IML Academy, all right? And I'm talking about I was literally on one video for 3 weeks. If I didn't know what they was talking about in my sleep, if I couldn't find it 50 times in the chart, I wasn't ready to move on. And sometimes I was in a half of a video for 2 days. I'm talking about just the first 5 minutes of an 8-minute video. For 2 days, because I needed to master this. Then the second thing was IML TV. I found 3 people that I like. It's tons of people. Some of them I didn't like. Some of the voices I didn't like. They bored me. I didn't like them. You know what I mean? I didn't like the style. But it's so many of them. I finally found the 3 that I wanted, and then I finally found just the 1 that I wanted because I wanted to learn that person's style. I liked it the best. And I'm talking about literally for, I would say about 4 or 5 months, I just plugged into that person's session. Every single night, people was on there talking about, what's the trade? What's the trade? I wasn't worrying about no trade. I wanted the knowledge.
Right.
And so I did that for like 4 or 5 months straight. No day off. 3 a.m. every morning. And that's what I did. And that stuff, and so what you're doing is you're taking a step back to take 5 steps forward. it's going to be seeming like you're not getting anywhere because you're just piling on the knowledge and maybe you're taking a few trades here and there. But I promise you, in 6 months, you're going to excel. You're going to blow past everybody that came in the company that when you came in, you're going to blow right past them if they still slacking. And that's what happened. There's only 2 people that's still in there with me that came in my class. Only 2 of us left, me and the girl, Casey. That's it. All the rest of them quit because they didn't take the time and put the time in. So I just encourage you guys to do that. Like, don't slack.
Don't slack. Don't slack. That's the closing words from Jay Wayne tonight. Don't slack. That's it.
Yes,
guys,
sir.
and you're hearing it from somebody, guys, that has put in the work. He's not just talking. You know what I mean? I'm not just talking. We put in work and we learned how to trade, you know, and IML TV, IML Academy, these trainings that we do as a team, this is why we do this stuff, right? So I want to encourage you, if you have not finished IML Academy, but you're in here talking about how to get a trade, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. Go through that IML Academy, guys. You know, you talking about where's the signal at, where's this, where's that. But if we call out a signal, you won't even know what to do with it if you don't go through IML Academy, right? So go through IML Academy. Like, take the time. Don't just rush through it just to say I finished, but take the time and get the actual education out of it, you know. And go through IML TV. And you know, listen, Adeze Duncan is a beast. Christopher Derrick is a beast. Mike Miles is a beast. Luke Longmire is a beast. You know, listen to those guys. You know, and now Gold Cup, unbelievable what they're doing with that. So, but it's not enough just to say, well, we called something out on IML TV, Gold Cup, right? I want to know. For me, a lot of people ask me all the time, Joe, how did you learn how to trade gold? Well, I jumped on and watched Luke Longmire like a stalker. You know what I mean? Like, everything he called something out. I didn't want just the trade that he called out. I wanted to know, why are you calling that out? How did you see that? You know, what did you do to come up with that number? And I watched every episode I could possibly watch that he put out on IML TV. And then between that and then studying the charts, learning course theory, learning a lot of things, now I know how to trade gold real well, right? Now I'm helping other people learn how to trade gold. It took effort. It took plugging in. And that's the same thing Jay Wayne did, you know? So, guys, I'm encouraging you to get in that IML Academy and just eat it, right? IML TV. On these trainings, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, there is no shortage of there. If you don't make it, right? If you don't make it through, trust me, it's not because somebody else's fault. There is so much at your fingertips. In the academy, between the TV and between the team training, you got everything right at your disposal to become a beast in this market. So I want to encourage you guys, go out and do this thing. Jay Wayne, thanks for coming on tonight, man. You're the man. I love you, bro.
Hey, who's going to be the breakout trader of this group? I'm looking through everybody. Shout out to Anita.
I'm looking. I see a couple of them that have been doing some big things.
Mike,
I tell you what,
got some skill though.
I'll tell you what I'm looking out.
You know me. I'm coming through, baby. I'm coming through like a freight train.
I tell you what I'm looking out for. I got my eye on is where's he at? Bobby Proctor. My man is on here asking questions. He texts. Hey. He's been texting me about like 38 times a day about Discord, getting that training. I love it. Let's get that training. And so anyway, not singling anybody out. I think all of you guys got it in you. You just got to make it happen. You got to make the effort in and make it happen, guys. So,
that's the thing, Joe. We can all win this together. We got to just have a work ethic. But I'm telling you, I think these traders right here, man, this is a strong group because they really ask a lot of questions. Absolutely. Man. That's the key.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. So, yeah, and that's the thing, guys. You guys are doing it big, man. I love the questions, and, keep them coming.
That's how we backtest. in the market. So you say, what do we do on weekends? What are we doing throughout, the week? How do we test these strategies out? Well, thank you, Jay Wayne, for such great training on here today on this Q&A. And this is what we do to backtest. I hope this was informative for you. I hope this helped you out. And what I want you to do, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you click the little bell, the notification, so we can get these Q&A sessions to you. And in your comments, do me a favor. Talk about some of the challenges, or talk about some of the questions that you may have, particularly when it comes to backtesting. Let's break this down a little further in the comments. So go ahead and comment below and tell me what it's like when you're backtesting, or maybe even talk about how some of the things you learned today has helped when you're backtesting your strategies. So thank you guys. We're looking to turn people into six-figure traders. Let's get this money.